Everyone, so today's lesson is how to continue to use the Pythagorean theorem, but we're going to take a look at questions that might look a little more complicated. So in order to do these questions, we still need to know how to use the Pythagorean theorem, and that includes how to label your triangle. So remember, the legs are either A or B, doesn't matter which one's which, but the hypotenuse, which is across from the right angle, is always C. That still applies to the questions that you guys are going to look at today. All right, so let's take a look at two of these questions. It says, find the third side in simplest radical form. So we may have to simplify the radical, we may not. So let's take a look at this question. So the first thing I want to do is I want to label A, B, and C. I'm going to put A down here, B over here, and C over here because that's what is across from the right angle. Now, if it helps you, you could put your Pythagorean theorem right at the top, always in view, so you know what goes where. We're going to take these values and we're going to plug them into our formula. So instead of writing A, I'm going to write the square root of 21 squared plus B, which in this case is 13, so 13 squared equals, we don't know what C is, so we're going to leave that as C squared. Now remember, squaring a square root cancels that out. So in this case, these are both going to cancel out. So here we're just left with 21 plus 13 squared is 169 equals C squared. Just bring that down. Now we're going to add that together. You're going to add your 21 plus your 169, and you get 190 equals C squared. Now we want to get rid of that squared, so we are going to square root both sides. That cancels here, so we're left with C over here, and then the square root of 190. Now the square root of 190 is not a perfect square, and it actually can't be simplified. So you're going to input your answer just like this, the square root of 190. It says simplest radical form, so don't put this in the calculator. Just leave it as the square root of 190 and you're done. All right, we're going to take a look at one more example. Same concept. Find the third side in simplest radical form. So if it helps you, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Label your triangle A. So in this case, we don't know what A is. B and C because it's across from the right angle. And let's substitute these in. We have A squared, we don't know what that is, plus B squared, in this case it's 11, equals C squared. And we know C in this case is 61. So now let's simplify what we know. We can't do A squared because we don't know what A is. The square, 11 squared is 121. And 61 squared is 3,721. We want to solve for A, so let's subtract 121 on both sides. That cancels, so we're left with A squared equals 3,600. Let's get rid of that square root, so we're going to square root both sides. So we get A is equal to, and the square root of 3,600 is 60. So this is a perfect square. So the answer here is 60. That's what A is equal to. So you just type in the number 60. Okay, I hope that helps. Good luck.